What up, QC crew? King Day is in the mother building.
Burn it up for so. Yeah, BRISKO, not know when we so. Run that shit, we at all the show. Say that shit for your camera roll.
Warning. Everything said in this video and on this platform is strictly my opinion and all alleged. Here, we speak about hot topics on YouTube and other social media platforms for entertainment and conversational purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised.
What it do? It is your homie King Day here in King's Corner, and I am back with another reaction video for you. Now look, what up y'all? This is the final part of how Jess fell in love with the Lion King, all right? Last two parts, we pretty much got into how she starts to fall in love for a man in Alabama. She was in Alabama for a short period of time, and he swept her off her feet. You know, he did everything you can think Prince Charming can do, waited on her hand and foot, and come to find out he was a liar. He lied about numerous things, from previously being engaged to having children to not knowing certain people, all the way down to his age. And shoot, he probably lied about his name for all we know. All right. We left off with Jess explaining that she was heading back to Alabama for a week because she was getting ready to move to Hawaii, and she had some things from his house that she wanted to get. And he comes up with this lie that he had just been robbed and they stole some shoes from him while he was in the home, while it's the middle of the day. These shoes are some shoes that Jess has bought him. So she thinks that really what happened, he had a woman over and she stole the shoes because he had a small foot. The girl probably liked the shoes and wanted them for herself. Hey, I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and get into part 3. If you have not checked out part 1 and 2, please be sure to go back so that you caught up and you know exactly what's going on. Don't just listen to the summary and think you got it. You do not have it. There is much greater detail that you are missing if you do not. Go do yourself great justice and watch part 1 and part 2. Now, if you are here for part 3, I ain't gonna hold you no longer. I never do. If you mess with me like I mess with you, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. We're gonna get straight into this video. Let's get it. Let go.
Part 9 of how I fell in love with the Lion King.
All right.
So I left off in part 8 how things were a little rocky between us while I had went back home, and I was supposed to be flying out to Alabama the next day, and apparently this man gets robbed the night before I was supposed to come. So after the whole robbery thing, I was just so annoyed because I'm like, one, it's already been rocky between us. 2, I still think that you're a liar. And obviously, I'm just not going to be able to believe anything that comes out of your mouth because you're just a fucking liar at this point. And then 3, it was just giving me like a sign, because I was telling you how I was contemplating like going and just enjoying the week or just going to get my stuff and come right back. And I feel like it was just giving me a sign of like,
Just go get your stuff and come back.
yeah, I think your mind needs to be made up on going to get your stuff and come right back.
Yeah.
So do that. So 2 days before me leaving, I spent like the whole day packing up my bags. Like I had 2 bags. I was going to take 2 bags because I needed it for like clothes and shoes for like the whole time I was there. And the night before, after we got off the phone, because again, he got an attitude and was like, well, I'm just going to go to sleep, because he was acting fake mad. So that night, I just unpacked all my shit because I'm like, I don't even need all this stuff. I'm not staying there long. I'm literally going to be there for 24 hours. I'm going to take a bag just so that he believes that I'm going to be, like, I'm going to take a big bag so that he thinks I have a lot of stuff. But I'm just going to take 1 bag with nothing in it and then get my stuff and come right back. So I get up in the morning and I go to the airport. I texted him. I think we talked a little bit. I don't really remember, but I basically was like, good morning, I'm getting on the plane, like whatever. So I fly into Alabama and he's at work. So he doesn't make me at baggage claim, but like really pissed me off. Oh, and another thing that pissed me off was, which was another reason why I was contemplating not even staying, because I could tell that things was changing between us, because I asked him if he took any time off when I was coming, and he didn't take any time off. And we had plans for stuff, but it was all like plans for stuff like after he got off work. So I was annoyed because it's like, I'm coming back and you didn't even take off work. Like, what the f? So yes, when I landed, he was at work, and then he didn't even like, he just didn't, it just wasn't giving, okay? He did not meet me at, like, baggage claim and get my bags or nothing. Like, he just was at work. So
you had to
I
get an
get
Uber?
my bag, and then I meet him at work. And he's basically like, he was trying to get me a rental car because he was saying that he didn't want me to just be sitting in the house with no car for the week. And I was just like telling him like, no, it's fine, because at this point I already know I'm about to leave, so don't even waste your time getting a rental car because I don't need it. So I'm like, no, it's fine, like it's cool, I'll just sit in the house, and like whenever you get home from work, we'll just do whatever we do. So I'm again playing it cool. Things also weren't good whenever when he first saw me. Like when he first saw me, he was not happy. Like he was just kind of like, again, not his normal like self. This is not how he was before. So it's just further confirming that, okay, get the fuck on. So he's like, here, just take my car, and then I'll let you know when I get off. You can come back and pick me up. I think he had like a basketball game because he was in like some little whatever league thing. I don't know. But he had a basketball game after work. So he was like, I'll let you know when to come get me, and then we'll just go straight from here to the basketball game. We had to pick up some of his friends. We're supposed to go straight to the basketball game. So I'm like, all right, cool. That's fine. I'm going to take your car. You just let me know whenever you get off work. So he walked me to the car, put some bags in the car. It's crazy because I tried to open the door handle because, again, he's acting different. So I'm thinking Mr. King is out the window. So I grabbed the door handle. He like taps my hand and he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, you're acting funny as fuck. So I just figured all that shit was out the window. But whatever. He grabs the door handle. He puts me in the car. Not puts me in the car, but he like opens the doors for me to get in the car. I get in the car and I'm like, all right, bye, see you later. And I'm not trying to give him like, oh, no hugs or nothing. And he like stops me and he's like, so you're not gonna give me no hug? You're not gonna give me no kiss? Like, you're not doing nothing. And I'm just looking at him like, bro, you're acting dumb. So I wasn't planning on it, no, but I'm like, oh yeah. So I give him a hug, give him a kiss, whatever. He's like, all right, see you later. So I'm in his car. I drive to his place. Now, mind you, he just gave me the car key because I have a key to his place. So I still have the key when he gave me when I was there before. So I just go in the apartment. And then again, he knew that I was coming that day. And like, there was nothing in there. Mind you, like I said before, this man was like super freaking sweet and like just like a freaking amazing human being, supposedly, right? So there was no flowers. There was no nothing.
No more princess
on top
treatment.
of me already having an attitude, I get in there and I don't see nothing. I'm like, oh yeah, he got me fucked up. So prior to getting to his apartment, I stopped and got some food. And he was like texting me the whole time. And he was asking me like, you know, where you at? What you doing? I'm like, oh, I stopped at the place across the street to get some food. Blah, blah. We're talking like normal. You know, I'm talking normal. Even though I know I have a plan. Even when I was sitting in the little food place, I remember talking to my ex-husband and I was telling him like, because he's like, where are you? And I'm like, and I didn't want to tell him because I was embarrassed because at this point, the baby mama has been harassing him. Like, he's been caught up in all the drama because she keeps talking to him about it or whatever, right? So he calls me and I'm like, he's like, yo, where you at? And I'm like, man, I'm in Alabama. And he's like, dog, like, you tripping. I'm like, I know, but I came to get my stuff. I was like, I'm going to be back tomorrow. Like, just bear with me, baby daddy. So I get to his place and like I said, there was no flowers, nothing in there. I had left my bag in the car at first because remember I told y'all I thought there was a girl in there the night before when the whole robbery thing happened. So first things first, I'm investigating. I'm going through everything in the house. I done went through every kitchen cabinet. I done pulled up the daggone couch cushions. I done looked under the couch. I done moved the couches away from the damn walls. Like, I'm going through everything. So like there was some stuff on his TV stand. I'm not gonna say what it was, but there was some of my stuff on his TV stand. And I was like, I was looking to see like, do this shit look a little off? Like, it should be in the same place. Like, he shouldn't even be touching this. Should this shit look a little off? But I was just like going through everything. He had mentioned something about journaling. So I was trying to find his journal because I really also feel like that was a lot. I never found a journal. So I was looking for the journal. There was pictures of us that like in picture frames, like on his stands, what are they called? Coffee tables in his living room. So I was just looking at them like, does these look like somebody been moving them, touching them, something? I don't know what I was looking at, but I was just looking at everything. Went in his bedroom. I pulled back the bed sheets, trying to look at the sheets, see if I see anything, look under the bed. Like, he didn't really have nothing in his bedroom but the bed and the TV, so it wasn't really a lot to go through in the bedroom. So I went through that, and then I went to the bathroom. Now, when I went to the bathroom, I was really looking for, like, I had a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of hair stuff in there, and like face stuff and like nail stuff. I had like a bunch of stuff in the bathroom. So I'm like, dude, it look like he kind of just threw all this in here this morning. So I'm just looking. Now, when I get to the freaking closet, this is what really pissed me off. So I had left a lot of clothes there, right? I had, so you know the little plastic drawers that are like, you get from Walmart. They're like 3 little plastic drawers. I had one of those with my stuff in it, like with underclothes, socks, pajamas. Like, I had one of those in there. that was turned backwards. So like the drawer pull out part was facing the wall, as if he was trying to make it seem like make it as if nobody could see what was in there. Why was this turned around to the wall? And then I had clothes like on this
That's
shelf.
even
so
more
it was like
obvious.
his clothes, and then there was a stack of my clothes. He had my clothes stuffed in between his clothes. So I'm like, there has for sure been somebody in here. Even my stuff that was hanging in the closet, I had dresses hanging in the closet. They were no longer like just like out with just my stuff, because it used to be like his stuff was like real organized, and then my stuff was like right there. My dresses was in the mix of his clothes. So I'm like, yeah, he definitely for sure had somebody in here. He also had, I went through the laundry room, there was nothing in there, but he had this closet in the front of his house that was like full of like, I don't even know, like Christmas tree and like all types of shit. I took everything out of that closet. Every single thing. I found stuff in there from the ex-fiancee, possibly, because I don't really know her name, but I think it was stuff. It was like love letters and like all types of stuff was in there. It was just like the closet was really full of like stuff. Like I found like car registrations. I was trying to see, I was just reading everything, taking pictures of everything that I could possibly find in there that I felt like I was going to need at probably this point. So after I get done investigating, I put everything back into that closet, and then I sit down to eat my food. And I'm like, okay, let me eat before I go outside to get my bag so I can pack up all my stuff and I can get ready to go. So I turn on the TV. So again, I just sit down in the living room. At this point, I think we're just still texting regular. I'm still playing it cool, whatever. I sit down in the living room, eat my food. I turn on the TV. Now I turn on the TV. I turn on Netflix. And you know how you click on an account and then it says like continue watching? Why the was Bridgerton the top continued watching show?
He don't watch that. I don't even know what Bridgerton is, y'all. Y'all let me know. Is that like a girls show or something? I don't even know what that is.
Part 10.
Apparently he ain't supposed to be watching it.
With the Lion King. So I turn on Netflix, and the continue watching for the Lion King is Bridgerton. Now, I'm sure if you're a man watching this, you don't even know what Bridgerton is unless you have a wife or a girlfriend, because dudes don't watch that. So I texted him. I said, who the fuck been in here watching Bridgerton? Because at this point, I'm so irritated. This man has the nerve to text me back, cussing me out, talking about I'm so sick of dealing with your insecure ass. I'm going through enough with this whole robbery, and I'm not finna deal with this shit all fucking week. So you need to take that bullshit somewhere else, basically, to sum it all up. Basically, bitch, you're tripping on me, leave me the fuck alone type shit. That's what I read, okay? So my mouth is on the floor at this point, because I'm like,
did I read that right?
wow, this is crazy. So I'm like, you know what? Bet. You got it. I think I actually literally text back just like, all right, bet. And he's like, what the fuck does that mean? And I'm like, nothing. Don't even worry about it, because I'm changing my flight right now. So I don't think I even text him back no more. I honestly don't remember like the back and forth, if there was any back and forth after that. But I immediately got online and changed my flight to leave. I was trying to leave the same day, but I wasn't going to get back to the airport in time. So I just changed my flight to leave the following morning. I changed my flight, and then I book a hotel, and I'm like, okay, let me finish eating my food so I can go pack up my bag so I can get the fuck out of here. So I get my bag and I get the pack in. I start packing up all of the stuff that I left there. So I had left like these picture frames that he got me. I had left, so I have a small business, a fitness line, and he was very supportive of it. So shout out to him for that. But he bought me a coffee mug that has my logo for my business on it. So my business is a girl's world. So he bought me like a white coffee mug, and he had got it like personalized to say like a girl's world or whatever. He bought me that. So I had left that there. So I went and found that in the kitchen. I had left a Starbucks cup there in the kitchen, so I got that. It was clothes there. It was shoes there. It was like all the stuff in the bathroom. I took all of that stuff. So I had bought him, remember I told you I bought him 2 pairs of shoes, but one got robbed the day before, so those were gone. So the other pair of shoes that I had bought him, I took them because, sorry, they're mine. I'm an Indian giver. I'm taking them back. And then the shoes, he had bought me a pair of shoes that had got delivered after I left. So I took them too because, thank you. I feel like I need that for compensation or something, whatever. So I packed up everything. I even packed up, I wanted to leave no trace of me behind because like I said, I also had just went through that closet in the front and I found something from the ex-fiancee. I didn't want the next bitch to be looking in the house and then find some shit about me. So I was like, I'm taking everything. So any like type of card or letter or the picture frames that had our pictures in it in his living room, I took all of that and I put all that in my bag, in my suitcase, and I had to sit on it because it was stuffed at this point because I had so much stuff in there. And I went and like put everything back because mind you, I told you I was like sitting in there chilling and eating or whatever. So I put everything back, turned the TV off, left the episode of Bridgerton at wherever the ended it at. So you're welcome, babes. And I get my suitcase, I get back in his car, and I'm headed back to the airport. So I drive back up to the airport and then I text him and I'm like, I'm here to give you your car. Where you want me to park it? And he's like, where you at? And I'm like, I think I said like in the parking garage because I don't really know where to park it. I can't get into the employee parking because I'm not a fucking employee. So he's like, well, just pull around to the front. So I'm like, cool. So I pull around to the front of the airport. I call him and I'm like, I'm outside. He comes outside and then he like immediately opens a passenger car door to like get in the car. I don't really know what he thought. Like, I think he thought I was coming there to like pick him up or something. I don't know what the fuck he thought, honestly. Or I don't think that he thought I was there to pick him up because he wasn't off work yet. So I don't know if his intention was to get in the car and then drive it into the employee parking lot and then like be like, okay, what are you doing here? I don't know what the fuck he was thinking, but I knew what the fuck I was doing. So he immediately opens the passenger door and he sits in there and I'm getting out. So as he's getting in, I'm getting out. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, you need to get your car. Get your car. Like, I don't need this car anymore. And then I grab my suitcase out of the back and I immediately walk into the airport. So this specific airport had a hotel in the airport. So I booked a hotel room in the airport so that I can stay in the hotel until I caught my flight the next morning. So he's standing.
What airport is this? In Alabama? I have to look that up.
Until I caught my flight the next morning.
Okay.
So he's standing there confused and he's like, calls my name. He's like, Jess, where are you going? And I'm like, home. And I just keep walking
Out of here.
And I go into the airport and he gets in his car. Well, I guess he gets, I'm assuming because I didn't like turn around or anything. I literally just walked in the airport and he gets in the car and then he goes on about his business. So I go upstairs and I check into my room and I go into the hotel room so I could chill for the night. As soon as I got into the hotel room, I immediately blocked him. I blocked him on his regular phone. I blocked him on his work phone. And I was just like in there and I was really upset and I was talking to my best friend. I'm like, I just can't believe this man and blah, blah, blah. So it's like, whatever. I ended up actually leaving my charger. I think I left my charger in his car or in his house. So I was like, so now I gotta go buy a charger. So I had to go buy an expensive ass charger in the airport. I ended up getting me some food from the restaurant downstairs. Now, mind y'all, he works here, so I'm not trying to be out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like hurrying up. Like I hurry up and go get a charger and I hurry up and go get some food and then I'm in the room because I don't remember like what time he was supposed to get off or anything. So I'm just like, bro, I'm just going to sit up here in this room. We're going to watch some basketball for tonight. And then when I get up in the morning, I'm going home. So he does end up calling me a couple times from like another number that night, but I didn't answer. So I didn't answer no phone calls. I'm really just in there kicking it. I'm watching the game, talking to my best friend. I'm not going to lie and say that my feelings weren't like hurt. Like my feelings were hurt. So I was in the room hurting. I was mad. I was getting sad. And I was like, even in my mind, I'm not gonna lie, I was like contemplating, like, should I just go talk to him? Like, he's probably cooled down by now. But actually, he did cool down at that point because he had texted me from another number basically saying, like, he's sorry. Like, could I please answer? Like, where am I? Did I get on the plane? Like, so he was trying to communicate with me that whole night. And I'm just like, no, bro. Like, I got to be done with this. I got to be done with this.
Yeah,
I gotta be
it's
done
over
with this.
with.
So I didn't talk to him no more. I got up the next morning and I went to catch my flight. And the crazy thing is I went down this escalator in the airport and I seen him at work that morning when I was going to check in my bag because my flight left at a specific time. And I'm like, well, he doesn't come to work this early. So I had actually went to go check in my bag like super early. So that way I didn't want to like run into him. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get up early. I'm gonna go check my bags and then I'm in the airport. So I'm just gonna come back up here and chill until it's like time to catch my flight rather than like sitting at the gate. So I did that, but then I was going somewhere. I think I was going to like the bathroom or something. And then I went down this escalator and I could see him at work. And I'm like, fuck, I hope he didn't see me. Like, I was on the phone with my best friend. Like, bro, I hope he didn't see me. Like, I hope he doesn't come running behind me or like come through the gate somehow because I mean, he works there so he could get past the gate. So I was like, I had so much anxiety. Like, I'm just like, I just need to get on this plane. I don't want to see this man. I don't want this man to see me. So I make it on the plane. I get home. And as soon as I landed, I think my ex-husband has screenshotted me something that the baby mama had posted about me on her page. And it was like, oh, you're so dumb. That's why when you went back to see your man, you had to get your own hotel room. He didn't even let you stay at his house. Like, look at you. You really thought you was doing something. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, how the fuck
How
does this
she?
girl know
Yeah.
I was in a hotel? How the fuck did she know I was there? How the fuck did she know that I was leaving? Like, how the fuck did she know all this? So I immediately am like, I knew it. Like, I knew he was playing both sides. I knew he was the fuck with her. Like, I knew it. Light bulb went off. I knew it. So I unblocked him when I'm literally walking off the plane at my house, like where I'm at, where I live. And I unblocked him and I sent him the screenshots and I was basically like, I fucking knew you were still fucking with this girl. Like, you could have just fucking said that like you wanted to be with your baby mama. Like, why was you sitting up here lying to me, saying all this shit, like you don't talk to her and you don't this and you don't that, da da da. When how the fuck does she know that I wasn't at your house last night? And how does she know that I came there and I left? Like, how does she know all this shit, da da da? Like, I'm going off. So mind you, we're on the phone and he hears like the plane noise in the background. So he's like, "You're just getting on the plane. You've been here all night. Like, don't take that flight home." Blah blah. And I'm at home.
I'm at home. Yeah, I just landed.
That's not important right now. What's important is how I'm finally figuring out that you're full of shit and I'm done with you.
You finally
And I hang
figuring
up the
that
phone.
out?
So then
Just
he
now?
was texting me immediately, apologizing, saying like he can't believe that I was in Alabama for the whole night and like I didn't give him the chance to like apologize and like not like because he did apologize in a text message for how he was talking to me, but like apologize to my face and like I should have linked up with him and all this other stuff. And then he goes into like saying like, let me just rebook you a flight, like stay at the airport and I'm just gonna rebook you a flight, you can come back out here, I can fix this, like
No.
I'm in love with you, like I want to make this work, I want to fix this, and basically like asking me to please like come back so that we can fix everything. Part 10 of how I fell in love.
Let's get to 11.
Part 11 of how I fell in love with the Lion King. Y'all really have no faith in me in part 10 because if y'all thought I was getting back on that flight, y'all are mistaken. I got right off that flight and took my ass home. I was sick of the emotional roller coaster and the lies and the baby mama. I was over it. So I'm gonna put a couple receipts in this part because this will probably be the last part. But this is the post that she posted on her Instagram that my ex sent me once I left from Alabama. And this is what I sent to him, basically saying like, you're a liar because how did she even know that I was there and that I left? Now, at first, I thought it was him, which I still kind of do think it was him. But I also posted a TikTok on my page when I was in the hotel that night. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. So I posted this TikTok when I was in the hotel and it says, when you flew to see your long distance boyfriend and he had an attitude and started talking to you crazy, so you booked a flight for the next day, left and never spoke to him again. And the captain says, who do you fuck in the city when I'm not here? Because who was watching Bridgerton? The only thing that was having me question that she was just like stalking my socials at the time was because I didn't travel from North Carolina. So I don't know where she got that from, but I didn't travel from North Carolina. So then I was kind of like, damn, maybe he didn't tell her, but what the fuck is she talking about? So at the time, I was just mad. Like, I didn't even really, I don't know what
he did tell her, you know, some information about what's going on, but he lied and maybe lied for your security a little bit. You know, his baby mama, girlfriend, whatever they got going on, she probably a little crazy. She probably can figure out some things if she knows some things. So he probably lied and said, that's where you were coming from.
I was just mad. Like, I didn't even really, I don't know what I wasn't thinking, right? So I wasn't thinking logically at the time because I was so upset about going there and the Bridgerton and then the, you know, the robbery. Like, it was just so much going on. So I wasn't even really thinking logically that she could have just seen my TikTok versus him telling her. Oh, and then she also was posting like, oh, you know, you think that's your man, but he made you stay in a hotel when you went to visit him and blah, 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 blah. And again, I'm thinking, how does she know I was in a hotel? But I also wasn't thinking that I posted that TikTok so she see me in the hotel. So at the time, it was just all him. Like, again, I never wanted to make this about her. I do not care about that girl. I was more so upset with him. He's the villain. He's the liar. Why the fuck did he keep playing with me? It was just, I was mad at him. Fuck him and fuck her. So after I got home, I think me and him did have like a little back and forth, like in text messages or whatever for like a couple of days. I want to say, so that was June. I think we went back and forth for a little bit. I know Father's Day we weren't speaking. I went out of the country in July. And then I want to say I moved to Hawaii in July, and I think we spoke one time when I was here in Hawaii. Well, we spoke one time when I first moved to Hawaii. I want to say it was me. I hit him up. It was basically like I wanted some closure because I kept thinking about him and I was ready to like really move on, you know, whatever. And he basically told me like he doesn't believe that I really want closure. He believes that I still want to be with him, blah, blah. And I was just like, bro, I just need to know the truth. Like, tell me the truth. Tell me why you lied about all this stuff. And he never even really told me anything in that conversation that we had in July. I remember asking him about my packages because when I went there for that day, I was, like I said, I was supposed to stay for a week. And I had ordered some stuff that was supposed to be delivered directly to his house that week. So I was asking him if he could mail my packages back. I still never got my packages. So shout out to you, whatever girl got my TikTok shop shit. It was at his house. And if he gave it to you, I bought it. But anyways, he was saying he was gonna mail my packages, which he never did. I was asking him about some stuff that he ordered for my business because he made me some thank you cards and some stickers and bought me all the stuff for my business. So I was asking him for the graphics and the link so that I could reorder some. And then I want to say the conversation just kind of ended with like nothing really, honestly. And that was in July. So I hadn't heard from him again after July. And then he randomly texts me from another number because he was blocked. So I don't remember how our conversation ended in July. I'm going to assume I was over it for real because I blocked him. And he has been blocked ever since July. So he then texted me from a random number in October and was like, hey, or something. And I'm like, who's this? And then he says his name. And he's like, can you please unblock me? I just want to talk.
About what?
Back.
We've talked enough.
I think the next day he ended up texting me again saying like, please. And so I think like 2 days after the please, I did unblock him and I texted him and I was like, what's up? So at this
That's
point,
all
I'm
it
like,
takes is a
maybe
little
we
please, y'all. Ladies, is that all it takes? Is a little please? Can you please unblock me? And you get unblocked. Can you please continue to be a fool for me? And you continue to be a fool. Come on, man. I'm after the please.
So at this point, I'm like, well, maybe he's going to come clean about everything. And then I can really just move on with knowing the truth. Like, I know y'all don't know me like that. But one thing about it is like, it's going to bother me until I know the truth. I don't know why I'm like that. But like, I just need to know.
I get that. I get that. I'm not even going to hold you. I understand that. It's like, I can be over the situation, and not want to be in a relationship with you, not want to continue the friendship, whatever it may be. But I'm still going to have the why. It's just incomplete. I understand that 100%. I feel like totally different situation, but like my grieving and my closure, you know, for certain situations and certain people in my life, it's prolonged because I still have the why. But these people have gone on to be with the Lord, right? And so those questions will never be answered. But I just feel incomplete. I feel like it's hard for me to let certain things go. It's hard for me to heal or properly grieve without those whys being answered, even if it's not what I want to hear. Like, even if what I think the reasoning is behind certain things is not what it is, even if it will break my heart to the core, if I would have gotten certain answers answered and clarified, I think I'll be able to, you know, kind of move on. So I definitely understand where she come from with you know, if I don't got a clear understanding of why you did something to me or why you acted a certain way towards me, like it's just gonna mess with you. It's gonna eat you up. So I get it. I understand completely.
And then he could tell me the truth. So he basically sends me this long message saying how he misses me and that he's just so in love with me still and he just cannot move on from me. The dating pool has been underwhelming.
Now, boy, bye. Go on with all that.
Basically, he can't find another woman like me.
Never will.
And I didn't respond that day. And then I waited till the next day and I responded and I basically told him like, no, like we're not ever going to be able to be anything because I can't trust you. Like, I just can't trust anything that comes out of your mouth. And he kind of responded with, you know what? I respect that. I appreciate you like kind of hearing me out. If things ever change, like just know that I'm always going to be here for you. Like, I'm basically like, if things ever change, just hit me up because I want to be with you. So I'll drop whatever I got going on to be with you. So then I think like a week later, I was talking to my best friend and I was like, girl, I think I should reach out to him and like make it seem like I want to be with him and ask him a bunch of questions to see if he'll tell me the truth. So she was like, all right. So I sent him this message, like basically like, you know what? I thought about it. And I think that if you come clean about all these things that I'm still wondering about, that, you know, maybe we can make things work. So I sent him like a message full of like 9 different questions about the things that he lied to me about. And he responds to mostly all of them with kind of sort of the truth. So all of the questions aren't really that important or relevant to this because y'all don't know that part of whatever I was asking. But he clarified the kids. I'm not gonna really get into exactly what he said because that's like a whole nother thing. But he basically said he has 4 children. He explained to me their names and their ages, and he said he has 4.
Where's 6
so
come
not
from?
6, but 4. I asked him about his situation that he had going on with the crazy baby mama, and he basically said that they were going back and forth through court for like visitation and child support, but the baby mama wasn't showing up because she supposedly moved from where she was living to somewhere else, and they had to like resend out some paperwork to her new address so that way they could have another court date for child support and visitation. But he was very adamant that he does not speak to her and that they have nothing going on. I also asked him about the adoptive mother thing, and he said that he wasn't claiming for her to be his adopted mother. He started explaining something about like living between his grandma and his daddy and that his mom was on drugs or something. But honestly, I don't think he ever told me that. I think he confused me with another bitch because I don't
think
ever
so,
remember
too.
him telling me nothing about his mama being on drugs or living with his grandma. So I think that he kind of just confessed to something that he never even told me. I never asked him about why he lied about his age because, like, at this point, like, what can you possibly say that's going to make sense on why you lied about your age? Like, there's nothing that you can say that's going to make any sense about you lying about your age. So I just didn't even care about that. I just didn't even ask that question. So I'm going to be honest with y'all. We did have a conversation after the whole little, like, question and answer session. Like, catching up on each other's lives. He told me that he moved to a new apartment, showed me the apartment, said he got a new car, showed me the car, was telling me stuff about his job, how he got a promotion, telling me stuff about his kids. He asked me how Hawaii was. So we did have like a little conversation after that. So the conversation between me and him was on October 19th. Tell me why on November the 4th, I get a Facebook message from his ex-fiancee.
Why do y'all want to mess with you? Y'all not even together no more. What the ex-fiancee possibly, what could she possibly want?
Part 12, how I fell in love
Jeez
with the Lion
Louise.
King, and I promise y'all this is the last part. So, okay, I remember why I got the ick in July. When I first moved to Hawaii, we were having a conversation, the whole, like, I want closure, whatever. I got the ick because he kept bringing up the shoes. So, remember when I told you I went to his house and I took everything any trace of me out of the house. I even took back the pair of shoes that wasn't stolen that I bought. And he just kept bringing it up like he just thought it was so fucked up that I took the shoes. And then I took the shoes that I bought him, but I also took the shoes that he bought me, like, duh. Just got robbed twice. And so he was just like, he just kept saying, like, oh, I just feel like you should give them back to me. And it just gave me the ick. It's like, first of all, buy your own now at this point. And, like, why are you still bringing that? It gave broke. So it pissed me off. So I was just like, okay, never mind. So back to the fiance. So the fiance messages me on Facebook on November the 4th, and she basically says, like, hey, I am his ex from like 2 to 3 years ago. I'm not really sure how I got mixed up in all of this, but I just wanted to reach out to you to let you know that he is a liar. Me and him broke up because I found out about his criminal record and that he possibly had a daughter. She said that his baby mama added her on Facebook and she saw pictures of all of them, and that is how she found out that he had a daughter, and that is why they broke up. So no, they did not break up because she was pregnant and got an abortion in Atlanta.
That whole lie he came up
in
with.
DC. I mean, cheating on him with a guy in DC, which is what he told me. And I asked her, and she said the way that man is lying on me is crazy work. I also asked her about the adoptive mom thing because the picture of the mom that he showed me is actually on her page. That same lady is on her page. So I'm like, is your mom his adoptive mom? And she was like, girl, no. So he basically told me that his ex-girlfriend's mom was his adopted mom. So no, he was not adopted. Oh, and they were never engaged. I don't know if I said that, but they were never engaged. He never proposed to her. So I don't know where that wedding band came from that I found in his house, but she wasn't even his fiance. She also goes on to tell me that the girl that he dated prior to the ex-fiance, I'm just going to keep calling her the ex-fiance so that y'all know who I'm talking about. So the girl prior to the ex-fiance, he told her that she was pregnant and died in a car accident. Yeah. And I was driving to work and I literally was like, I might need to pull over because
What?
She then goes on to tell me that he just recently went to her mom's house to show the mom the new car that he just got. And to tell the mom that we broke up because I was pressuring him to buy a house in Alabama and he wasn't ready for that. Sir, I know you can't afford to buy no damn house. I don't know why the fuck he made that lie up. That's not true at all. And I didn't even live in Alabama. I was only there for 3 months, so I don't fucking know. Whatever. He also told her that I then was pressuring him to move to Hawaii with me, and he also wasn't ready for that. And that then he found out that I was living with my baby daddy, and I lied about it, and that my baby daddy pulled up on him with a gun, and that I was also pregnant and had an abortion. Huh? So at this point, I'm like, yo, this man is nuts.
He making my head hurt.
Okay, let's clarify a couple of things. 1, I never lived in Alabama. 2, he can't afford to buy a house. 3, I don't need a house in Alabama to live in for him to buy me if I don't live in Alabama. I was never living in Alabama. I was only in Alabama for 3 months for work. That's it. I had an apartment because my job got me an apartment while I was there for 3 months. I never, ever, ever lived here. Let's just clear that up. I was never pregnant. I've had 2 pregnancies and I have 2 kids. I don't know what's up with him and this obsession with getting girls pregnant and then getting an abortion. An abortion.
Right.
I'm mixing up all the fucking lies. I don't know why he is so obsessed with telling people that he gets people pregnant and they get an abortion. I don't fucking know. I was never pregnant. I don't have no abortions. I don't know where the fuck that came from. 3, I don't live with my child's father. Me and my child's father don't even live in the same state. Me and my child's father have a very good relationship. And I don't even know why he wrapped him all into this because I don't know. And my child's father also has never been to Alabama. Well, I'm not going to say he's never been to Alabama because I don't fucking know. But no, he did not go to Alabama and pull a gun out on this man. Why did you lie like that? I also never pressured this man to move to Hawaii. We talked about like if our relationship went that far, obviously, he would have to move to Hawaii if we decided to stay together because I'm living in Hawaii and you're living in Alabama. Like, what the fuck are we supposed to do with that? Right. But that was literally the extent of the conversation. Like, nobody was pressuring him to do anything at all, ever. He also told the ex-fiancee that his daddy molested him and cried real tears whenever he told her that. But he told another girl that his daddy died. So, I don't know. Oh, and when he told me the whole story, I don't know if y'all remember this, but when he told me the whole story about the ex-fiance going to get an abortion, he literally was like really sad. Like I was consoling him. I think I said that in whatever part that was. But to find out that all of these things are just lies, and this man should get a fucking Emmy because he really puts on a fucking performance.
That's too much.
After I heard from the ex-fiance, I was really just like, oh my God. I actually was thanking God because I'm like, thank you, Lord, for all of this stuff happening and getting me out of that situation because I'm a lover girl. I love hard. I try to see the best in everybody. I'm one of those people that if you're damaged for whatever reason, I'm trying to fix you. Like I just want the best for everyone and I just be trying to fix every damn body. So I'm very happy that the Lord made that super difficult to even be a thing because it just got to the point where I was like, this is just not going to work. You need to get over it. You can't fix this man. He's fucking nuts and whatever. Now, that happened on November 4th. I want to say a couple of days later, the baby mama is watching my Instagram stories again, which I don't think she ever stopped. I think she just keeps making fake pages and I just don't really catch them until I say something that triggers her on my story. What? So I said something that triggered her on my story. Don't even really remember what it was, but she ended up writing me going off, saying all the stuff about me that I just need to take my L in peace and I'm a hoe and I'm this and she hates me and blah, 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 blah. I don't really be knowing what that girl be talking about half the time. So I blocked that page. Then she came back the next day saying some more stuff from another page, sending me pictures of her, telling her that she looked better than me and like all this other stuff. And I need to go to college and I need to stop being a hoe and I just need to start doing all these things. I don't fucking know. But she came harassing me again the next day. So I blocked that page. Then this freaking nutcase goes on my Instagram page and she comments a comment under my mom's freaking comment. And she comments and says basically like, I am a wide vagina lady and I'm a hoe and I need to stand on my own 2 feet without the army and get some degrees like her and stop worrying about her man and just, I mean, literally the most craziest thing ever. And I didn't even know it because I don't know, I didn't see the comment. My mom called me going off. Who the is this under this comment? I'm gonna comment back like, who is that? Who is that? Like going off. So I'm like, what is happening? So I go look at the comment and I'm like, oh. I'm like, that's the baby mama. I'm like, you remember when I told you about the liar man? Yeah, that's his baby mama. And she's like, well, why is she commenting that, saying that stuff about you? And I'm like, well, she hates me, but I don't know why. And she's like, well, you don't even talk to him anymore. And I'm like, exactly. This lady's nuts. She even went to one of my other friends' Instagrams and left a comment about me under my friend's page, basically saying like, get your friend, she a hoe or something. I don't know. So at that point, I'm like, okay, enough is enough. You need to leave me alone. And I text him and I'm like, look, I'm very sorry that you had a baby with this lady and that you have to deal with her for the rest of your fucking life, but you need to do something about this. Like, this is getting out of hand. Like, I know you can't really control her, but like, can you tell her that you hate me or something? Like, tell her that you never loved me and that I was the worst thing that ever happened to you and like, she's better than me or like something. Tell her something so that she can love herself and leave me the fuck alone. And do y'all know this motherfucker text me back talking about some leave me out of it?
This is your problem. What?
Leave you out of it?
You're the reason.
Fucking crazy.
What the hell?
The leave me out of it comment really did it for me. And that is why I got on here and started telling part 1. Because I was just like, leave you out of it? You're the reason why I'm in this. Exactly. Are you crazy? All I was asking was to be left alone. And then he tried to make a slick ass comment. I don't talk to none of y'all. Bitch, you want to talk to me? What you talking about? You can't talk to me. So fuck out of here.
All right, y'all. So that concludes our third part here. Y'all let me know down below how y'all like it. It was a few ups and downs. Why she went back, I don't know. But that was crazy. All the lies he told and what had ended up coming out in the end. Things about his father, things about his mother, things about being adopted, things about his children. And I still don't believe the fact that he only has 4. Because where did the number 6 come from? You know what I'm saying? Now you saying you only got 4. I don't know. I feel like it's just 2 of them that you're just not claiming. You want to make the story sound better. I don't know. But hey. Y'all let me know if y'all got an ex or if y'all currently dealing with somebody like the Lion King here. As y'all know, I am on a road to 30K. I do have a goal to reach 30,000 subscribers by November 30th, which is my 30th birthday. So I would love for you to be a part of that 30K. So if you like videos from me and you want to see more is to come. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, because right now, King Day is out. Peace. The motherfucking building.
Run it up for sure. JBRISKO, not know where was up. Run that shit, we had all the show. Say that shit for your camera.